They were always the right parents, the ones who were always number one, the ones who were always coming home early. They did all the right things. Like they don't make it seem like they are also human beings. Technology has evolved. Things are evolving. Our parents are the only thing not changing.
So the problem is the parents are clinging to us for too long. So they don't want to let go.
That's the problem. They cling on us so much, and when it comes time when they want to let you go, you want to refuse and remain. and then they because I'm used to it. So when you refuse, it's a problem again.
But don't you think also letting you too early, too much, can also land you into troubles? Yes, Annette.
Okay, kuna watu wenye wamepoteza parents zao at an early age and they have to fend for themselves and they depend on themselves. Sasa si wenye tumezoea tunangoja 18, 19, 20 ndio tutoke. Wasichana 27, 28. It's inafikanga point mtu una sijui uko tu.
You don't even want to, you don't feel like.
Inafika mahali hata mimi nikifikiria story na marriage, I'll just stay with my parents because
That's how it was.
yeah, that's how it was. Alafu pia nikitoka mapema, I know how to depend on myself. I know how to fend for myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we're talking about time, aspects of time, if we wait for the time to be right, the time can never be right. Like for example, someone can be 25, someone can even be 30, but how they behave around people, how they behave around people of the opposite sex, someone of even 17 cannot behave like that. So I don't think time is an issue here, because even for parenting, you can never have the manual that as a parent, this is what is right and you'll never go wrong. You must always go wrong. So there's never like a manual, there's never like a specific time for such and such a thing. Yeah.
I think like these fears, our parents' fears, are supposed to be like moderated or guided in a way, so that sometimes they're not, they don't have fears that are so unnecessary.
Some of the fears are so detrimental to the extent that when you get it the first time, your life is done. For example, you try sex the first time and you get pregnant. No, your parent cannot tell you, don't do it so that you don't get pregnant again. You are done. You know, now discussion now changes. It is not now preventive, it is more of curative. And what we are doing here is preventive. The parents have fears that are more preventive. They want to prevent something happening. But now let me go to the next question. What I'm asking is, no, wait. It also goes with that. The question is, don't you think your parents have a role? Yes. As you support, I want them also to start thinking, what are the roles, what roles do their parents have in their life now?
Let me support them.
Yes.
Parents are overly possessive with their kids.
Exactly.
They are overly possessive. And when you also guys become parents, you will begin to appreciate from what angle they draw that possessiveness from. But I always said I want to support them.
Yeah.
Parents must begin to appreciate that the small babies they gave birth to have also grown now. They've gone to school, they have acquired education which even those parents did not have the opportunity to acquire. They have traveled places that maybe even some parents have not been to such places. They use social media, a lot of information all over that some of these parents do not have access to, or the ability, they might have the access to, but they don't have the ability to construct or draw lessons from that which has been passed out. So you find a conflict. A child who is a university graduate or someone who is in the university who has been taught to think critically, then there is a mother here, by virtue of being a mother, thinks that she holds a PhD in counseling. Are you getting that? We respect their opinions because they are our parents. But it's not always that they are right. Honest parents also reach somewhere and they say, I think I made mistakes here. They can't tell you, most of them. There are very few who would agree that they've done what? A mistake. My mother did something to me when I was your age that she has just come to accept now, as old as I am now. And I asked her, actually, what occasion that discussion is. I have a younger brother who is your age. I asked, why are you not dealing with this one the way you dealt with me? Then she said, there are some mistakes I made with you. So she's correcting them where?
Yeah.
Through. So what I'm saying is that, and I'm talking, I know this information will reach parents in one way or the other. Parents need to begin to appreciate that, first of all, human beings are different. So you find me dragging everything into my son who is under sanguine, who will leave the bed unkept, throws plates all over. But when you go to someone's house, you find a kid who's very organized, but doesn't even talk to people. You know, all those things trickle down to personality. And if a parent does not appreciate that, you can end up even slaughtering a child in the name of correcting.
Parents need to let go. At this age, they're supposed to let go. And the role that they're supposed to play right now in our lives is to advise. Already we are adults. Here we are above 18. We are able to make our own decisions. What they can do, okay, that is one thing my mother has ever told me. She was like, we were walking from church, she was like, but at least do you know what? Right now you are the one who's making your own decisions. I won't influence you. I can only tell you, this road is wrong, this wrong is right. And it will all come down to you. You are the one to pick. If you want to go down this path, well and good, go down this path. My responsibility to you ended the time that I gave birth to you and raised you up to this age. From this age, you are the one to make your own decisions. You are the one to, I will be there. I will try to tell you this is right, this is wrong. But it's down to you. And that is what all parents should realize. They should give us that mantle. You know, right now they're still having that feeling that I have to control this, everything in our lives. Staki saizi bado hapa, she's too young to get a boyfriend. Wacha mbele kidogo. And then you're 30, you're still single. They're like, nini mbaya na wewe? As in, mbona, why? Hakujaleta mtu huku, uko na shida gani? You see?
From my experience, I have seen a friend of mine. She's the last born in their home. So apparently, she's so used to being home and being alone that she cannot know how to live with people. When she stays with people, she is so selfish. She doesn't want to share her things. She doesn't know how to talk to people well. She doesn't know how to know that this person is angry or this person does not like this. So those are some of the challenges. As much as they want to put us at home and cater for us and prevent all the bad things that can happen, it's still also advisable to let people, at least so that people can know how to live with other people.
There is one thing that is coming out from your discussions. There is that lack of openness between the parents and us. That you fear when you bring this subject, it will be knocked out. You fear when you say this, it will not be understood.
How can you all of a sudden now come and start being open to them and telling them all about your life and the adventures you've been and the mistakes you've made? You can't do that because even them themselves, they're not open with you. They don't even tell you the mistakes they made, like where they went wrong. They were always the right parents, the ones who are always number one, the ones who are always coming home early. They did all the right things. Like they don't make it seem like they are also human beings. So even you, when you make a mistake, you can't be so open with them and you go telling them, Mom, Dad, this and this happened, you know, because you feel like that's not how you're supposed to be. I never made a mistake, so why are you making mistakes? They don't want to talk
that's why they want to cling on you so that you don't go and do something they have not talked about. No, there's sometimes you reach a place and you're like, yo, my parents never talk about anything. How about I take a dive in the deep end? So you just come up with a topic one nice evening during supper time. And then it goes into a whole lecture mode. You're like, I didn't ask for that.
Exactly.
I didn't ask. Yeah, a joke becomes a lecture series. It's not even funny. Like, the thing is, parents should learn to be flexible. Technology has evolved. Things are evolving. Our parents are the only thing not changing. They're stuck to 19th century way of thinking, which is actually not right.
We are not saying they allow us to conform to how things are. It's just them to understand that in this day and age, this and this happens, and this is how you face this and this. But them, it's like they really don't understand how it is, the pressure that's there at a certain age, at this particular time.
Mention a few things that you feel that some of our peers do that inform the parents' opinion in terms of getting spoiled, in quote. So what are some of those?
Let me just say something.
Yes.
So I still live with my parents. I'm in campus. As in, I go and come back.
Okay.
So if I try and tell them I want to move out, hata nikae kwa hostel, it will be problem because watafikiria you're going to club, you're going to party, you won't study, you won't do anything that is supposed. Yeah, so
one of them is that maybe you're going to become reckless with your life. Let's have more.
Parents don't have a problem. The problem is that there is no platform for them to be cancelled on this.
Yes.
Even in church, they should come up with something. You see, like this forum here, should have one for the parents. You come and tell them what the reality is. It's not the same as when they lived. When you start a story, they'll start saying, when I was young, I didn't get this.
You are not wearing shoes.
And then I want to talk from experience. I'm the firstborn, yes. But since I was a kid, I wasn't let to go to the gate. When I used to sneak out once in a while, my mother comes home, finds out I'm not there, gets some slippers, and then beats me. It happens for some time. And then the problem is, when I was in high school, I was in a school where it was 10 minutes to home, but I was in a body. It was 10 minutes to home, so they could come anytime. Yes, Ejay, and I live in Rongai. So that's the problem. They are too
insecure. Time for another short break. But remember, there is more to come, including...
My dad, since I was young, has never liked long hair. But when you look at his pictures, when you like this,